Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. It is January 31st, 2023. Just kidding, it's not. 2024, the year of new beginnings, and I am coming on here to talk about a lot of it, because that's kind of the mood I'm in right now, and I have some time to say hello, see how everybody's doing, see how your month has gone, how this new year has begun for you. Yeah. How's everybody doing? I'm in flux. I'm going from my old to my new, and it's been happening for me for a little while, actually. But I'm sitting in my car. I'm spending a lot of time here these days, and I wanted to share a little bit about your circle. Your circle, your inner circle. These are the people that you confide in. These are the people that you share your life with. And I want to encourage you to discern who is worthy of such information. Oh my goodness. I think some of us are perhaps a little too trusting of people. We think the best of people, so therefore we believe that everyone can be trusted. But that's not the case. Not everybody can be trusted with everything about your life. And I've certainly had my fair share of confiding in people that I thought were going to be there for me, that I thought were going to, be that shoulder to cry on, that were going to help me during very difficult situations, of very difficult seasons of my life. And yes, I'll say quite plainly, sometimes your own family will not be there for you. And that is, that's a challenging place to be, because we do innately crave community and family. That's how God created us. But this last season of my life, and when I say that, I mean, for me specifically, the last 3 to 4 years, actually probably longer than that, but the last 3 to 4 years was very eye-opening for me as far as what family was and who family is. And even so, it's important to remember that family is first spiritual, and at the same time, I still have to discern if they're worthy of knowing my business. And this is very challenging for me to talk about, because, again, I'm the type of person that I give you the benefit of the doubt. I trust you to the degree you're trustworthy. And I'm also very transparent and candid. And so, and I like sharing. I feel like sharing testimony and sharing your life is part of healing, and it's also part of giving to others who are also struggling. Now, of course, not everybody's like this. Some people don't trust anybody, and they don't open up to anybody, and therefore they don't have a circle. But wherever you are, it's important to have a circle. And it's important to have a circle, but it's also important to discern who can be in your circle. And also to remember that not everybody will be with you in every season of your life. And this is something that I've probably been learning, I don't know, probably the last 15 years or so. So with that said, who is in your inner circle? Are these people that you can trust your life with? When I say that, I don't necessarily mean like literally, but your heart. Can you tell them your struggles? Can you tell them with the understanding that they're going to keep it in confidence? They're not going to go tell everybody or go talk to others about you and, gossip about you, judge you, and are they people that they want to be there for you? It's sad to think about this. Again, for me, this is a challenge, but there are people that are envious of us. There are people that, because of a spirit of envy or jealousy, maybe they don't want to help you or they don't want to be there for you, even if it's family, even if it's friends that you've known, or, spiritual family. But these are things we have to remember because of the fact that and I say this corporately, like I've been saying, as we're moving from the old to the new, we have to have, we do have to have mentors. We do have to have people that pour into our lives, as we are pouring into others as well. And we have co-laborers as we're doing this, especially if you're in a space where you're starting to get into your calling and your life's work. So it's just important to discern, the people in our life, who are the ones that are in my inner circle that I can trust and who are not. And for those of you who've gone through, betrayal of any kind, I mourn with you because I understand how awful that is, especially if it's family or people that you really thought, wow, I thought you'd be here for me because you're my, relative or whatever it is. So that's one thing I want to talk about. Another thing is, as we're moving into the second month, which is the month of agreement, I want to remind you about the power of words. Words produce fruit. I've had to be reminding myself of this, especially recently, because there was a season where I was very in tune with understanding that what I speak is going to produce something. It's either going to produce life in my life, or it's going to produce death in my life. So for okay, this is for those of you that struggle with biting your tongue, or just kind of saying what's on your mind without filter. You know who you are. This is for you. So if that's just how you are naturally, you're going to have to work really hard at this one, because it is a conscious, deliberate practice to speak what I want to see. Now, of course, if you're in a challenging season where it's just all stress all the time and you don't get a break and you're exhausted, and it's just natural that we're going to be in a vulnerable state, and so it's much easier for us to be triggered. It's much easier for us to be in a bad mood or sleep deprived or whatever it is. And that's important to remember as well. But we still have to remember that I am created in the image of God. God spoke and it was. Therefore, I have the power in my tongue to speak what I want to see. A lot of times we are on autopilot and we speak what we see, which is not what we want. So in essence, I'm standing in agreement with my circumstance that I don't want to be in. So this next month, the month of agreement, I'm encouraging you to speak what you want to see, to command your day, to be in agreement with the will of God for your life. And only you know what that is, because he reveals that to us personally. And anything contrary to it, don't verbally agree with it. This is a big one. I mean, when I understood this revelation about what I speak produces something. So some of us don't even realize we're cursing our own life by saying negative things over us or over our spouses or over our families or our situations, because I am literally creating more warfare by speaking in agreement with the warfare instead of countering it with what did God say about this situation? What did God say about this person? What did God say about me? And be in agreement with that. It's not an easy one, but it's definitely one that needs to be reminded of as we're entering the month of agreement, February, second month. What else? This is the year of new beginnings. So we are saying goodbye to some things, and to some people, perhaps even. As I was saying, that sometimes people are in our lives for a season or for a time, and other times we walk it alone. Okay, here's another one. So if you're in a season where you feel isolated, you feel like maybe I don't have anybody I can talk to, or maybe I try to reach out, but they don't reach out back, they don't call me, they don't text me. You know, this is a space of consecration. A lot of you are going to be in consecration because of this refining period that I've been talking about is happening for a lot of people right now. Now, we're always growing, we're always becoming more and more into the image of God and how he wants us to be, especially if we're yielded to the process and we've said yes to his will for our life. So it's a constant evolving for all of us. But what I'm speaking of specifically is those of you that are actually in a place of being set apart because you've said yes to God and your life's about to change like you've never imagined. This is a lonely, it's a lonely season because the Lord has opened your eyes in a way that you've never seen or experienced. You're starting to see people for who they are instead of your rose-colored glasses about them. And it might be kind of daunting at first to get a lot of this insight and revelation about people. And I say it again, even family or friends, co-workers, whatever the situation may be for you. But mostly this is a time for you to take a serious inventory of self, and also a time to commune with God and to draw closer to God and to begin to learn who he is and his ways and his plan for your life. But if you're here, I want to encourage you that this is a time for you to just be alone and be okay with that, and draw near to the Lord. He might ask you to do some things that you're like, what? Or, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm not ready to do that. All of this is part of the process. It's part of, as I say, it's part of refinement. And what does it mean to be refined? It really just means I am being cleansed of my old self, the part of me that has been in rebellion toward the Lord, the part of me that is broken, that operates in broken consciousness because of my trauma and things that I've gone through and things that I've been through. And the Lord is beginning to show me a better way, his way. And again, this is part of this is the inner healing journey that we're all on, whether we realize it or not, which is amazing. But so yes, I encourage you, if you are in this space of I feel alone, I feel like, nobody's there for me, nobody's, and I'm trying to live a better life, I'm trying to, whatever it is you're dealing with, you're trying to quit drinking, or you're trying to quit smoking, or you're trying to quit going out, or whatever it is, and you feel like, well, now I don't have any friends, now, all of this is normal and it's part of the process, and you're going to come out victorious and so much stronger at the other side of it. Okay, so what else? Let's see. I shared this before. I think I shared this before. It might have been with one of my communities, but I was talking about, if you don't know your vision for your life, this is the year you are to discover it. Which is perfect because it's the year of new beginnings. And vision is something that we all need, and we all have for our life. It is an inheritance, actually, which is, wow, that's a powerful reminder in Revelation. So it's interesting because we have, and I'll say in our Western society, because it's different across the globe, and you might be in a different country and not know what I'm talking about. But here in the States, there is an emphasis and a preference, I should say, on status, title, and wealth. In other words, I'll put it this way, we have been taught to aspire to become and be in a certain demographic, okay? And I mean that societally, I mean that like socially. And it's interesting to me because I've grown up, I grew up with both poverty and wealth. So I've seen what it's like to live poor, and I've seen what it's like to live with everything you could ever want. Because my parents were divorced, and I got to see both sides of this. But for some people, it's, those things matter, and they sort of, in a very strange way, we've been taught to believe that that's who I am. If I have a nice car, if I have a big house, or, if I have a degree, or if I have a title, that means I'm special, or I'm making it. I'm successful. There's the word I'm looking for. But I'm here to tell you that success has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with whether you went to school or not. It has nothing to do with how much wealth you have acquired, how many cars you have, or what kind of cars you have, how big your house is, any of that stuff, or if you're famous or not. Success has to do with knowing who you are and why you're put on this earth. Because you can have all that stuff and not know what on earth you're doing here, or why you're here, or even more sad, completely waste your life because you never found your purpose here. So my encouragement to you this year, especially those of you that are kind of drifting and trying to figure out, what am I doing here? What's my purpose? What's my calling? What's my assignment? I'll get into that later. I have a video on that, but I'm probably going to share more on it because I'm already feeling it in my spirit. Finding your vision for your life, your purpose, is success. And that is the sum of who you are. When you get there, you've already made it. And I get excited sharing this with people because the Lord has revealed many things to me about what He has and what's coming. But I sit here in transition. I sit here with not a lot of money in my account. I sit here working toward my dream life, which I've been building for the last 3.5 years. After a major life fracture, after many betrayals, and I'm happy, I'm joyful, because I know I'm where the Lord wants me to be. Spiritually, first and foremost, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I have none of those things that I just shared, but that's success. That's knowing, I'm here, and I know I'm here, and I know who I am. Oh, that's beautiful. Do you see that? I don't know if you can see this. There it is. There, that's a little bit of sunshine for whoever needs it. Which, by the way, I've been so happy to see the sun after this crazy snow and cold, which I'm not used to. But yes, so that's what I want to share. 20 minutes of a little bit about a lot. I hope you're doing well, and if you're not, I'm here for you. Okay, those of you who are going through serious struggles, I'm going to invite you to set up a one-to-one session with me. I'm going to do a free consultation for everyone. Your first visit with me is free. And if you're subscribed to my channel, I will give you a discounted rate on my hourly rates. I usually charge $55, but I'm going to charge half of that for you. So if that's something you're interested in, I encourage you to reach out to me. My email is shesrestored@gmail.com, or you can leave me a comment on this video, or you can find me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram as well, at shesrestored. But yes, I'm here. My purpose here on this earth is to help people heal and to help people find who they are and to embrace their crazy artistic ways and self, because I'm an artist as well, and we're a little kooky sometimes, but that's okay. So yeah, and if this is your first time seeing my channel, I welcome you. I invite you to subscribe. I have a lot of goodies on here, and I'm going to have a lot more coming up. So that's all I want to share. Hope everybody's well. Love y'all, and I will talk to you soon. Don't forget, it's the year of new beginnings, and it's going to be epic. Bye.